Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, where now it is time to step into the secret garden with Maya locked away, possibly meeting an icy fate. Pearls running away as well, people not being what they're supposed to be or where they're supposed to be is what I want to say. So what mysteries can we find here? What does Gumshoe want to wash off, as Francisca keeps following us around? Very night for the Inner Temple Garden. I guess it's the blood saying Mayor backwards, upside down? That's worrying. There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's the strange writing on the stone lantern? Ha! What are you doing in here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy, a Von Cam will always show up wherever there is a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here. What? Yeah, there's plenty of clues. I mean, before I talk to you, why don't I examine? First of all, the writing itself, but also, what's this? There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. Looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it too. Apparently it belonged to the victim. To Miss Elise Dignim? The name gets different every time, isn't it? Yeah, there's a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cords found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly. Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Right, the Karain Master's Talisman. By the hint of that, are you talking Psychelocks type answers? Maybe. What the heck is that? Uh-oh. You spotted it, pal? Are you kidding me? It could be more obvious. It says Maya. Yeah. Before you ask, it's written in blood. You will answer all our questions now, Scruffy. Without exception. Yes, sir. Right then, well, let's check the broom as well. I guess that's a thing, but I'm not sure. There are a couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently. Recently? How recently are we talking about? As recent as the night of the murder. May was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at the time, I guess. Right, that said, what about the pillar itself, not just the Maya bit? Nope, it's just going to be the Maya bit. I mean, it looks interesting enough to say, for starters, is it supposed to be lit at the top, or... I guess that might be irrelevant. Well, let's get him to answer all our questions. So how's the Inner Temple investigation going? That's not where I'd start. We are the best forensic team in the world working the place. Forensic team? And what was the outcome of the scientific study? Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle. That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that? Oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. A stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct? They look kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I've got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... It's kind of hard to say, actually. I guess I better look into them myself. About Maya. Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you yet? Yes, we heard. He's got a search party out looking for her. But there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here. We'll have to wait, since she's the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? I wonder what it is. Well, it's obviously about the past. Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down. I felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant. Maya, so these letters are written in blood? Yeah. What's worse is it's the victim's blood. Huh? This is Miss Duke's Nim's blood? We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal. Most interesting. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? My mayor's name is written upside down. You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer. The result of my own special Gumshoe investigation.
Really? Do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down.
Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Nim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood.
You must be joking, that's impossible! From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Nim's murder. At least that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What?
Right, apart from that, that stone pillar moves, doesn't it? Just wondering, because it looks like an alternate entrance or exit. If Maya is still to be alive, that might be the case. It's the only thing I can think of right now, anyway. So Miss Jokes Nim was killed here? However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now. Then what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard of the main temple was... Well, what was it? If that wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see? What do you think? It's Von Karma!
Surely a special gumshoe investigation will reveal the answer, no?
Well, wait a sec.
I'm bloody right and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set up all that up after the murder, right?
Sorry, but that's not an option, pal.
Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal.
I can't think of a counter-argument to that.
I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the land as soon as I got here.
If this really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw.
Which means we should probably head to Bikini then. That said, there's nothing snagged under it, but it is really interesting.
Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. It's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy?
Huh? No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation.
If it wasn't the police, then who did it?
Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret. You can't tell anyone, got it?
Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch. What?
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah!
Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason. Although I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. I do wonder if it's that this is movable somehow? That these are ports of air as well? For circulation of things? It's a possibility, if I'm to leap logically. I say logically, it's actually kind of completely illogically. With that said, it seems I've got to head out of the area. Well, I should probably check out the Heavenly Hall first, shouldn't I? It seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright! Iris, I'm really glad to see you!
Gano managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency.
Not him again.
Never mind him. We've got to hurry and unlock the sacred cavern.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later?
Alright. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, Wright?
Hold it!
Wait, Edgeworth, I'm coming with you guys. Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us.
What?
I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Mayor Fay is in a rather delicate position.
What do you mean by delicate position?
This isn't simply a rescue operation, Wright. It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere.
Come on, Edgeworth.
If anything happens, you'll be the first to know.
Please understand, Wright. But his mayor, Mr. Wright. All that matters is the Mystic Mayor is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix.
Sorry, my screen cut out then. I couldn't say anything. Couldn't see a thing. From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us. That was weird.
Knack! This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright.
Aren't there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. The Heavenly Hall, of course, rather than a certain lady. My graphics card must be playing up. That was weird. Well, it seems the only place I can move to now is the main hall, not the Heavenly Hall. It's literally going, go forward, and nothing else. So with that said, it is Bikini. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her.
Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini?
My, hello you two, how are you doing? Waha, waha. And the sound of that sigh, I think she's still pretty down.
Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince.
Are you talking about Edgeworth?
It was just a courtesy call. It wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain.
Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that.
Mr. Bluesuits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see.
Huh? Me? Ah! Oh, yes! You did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular! You two are the only ones who've said that to me! I can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew.
Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright?
Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that. But I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those Psychelocks of hers. It must look really weird to Francisca right now. All the prosecutors are getting to see that kind of like Edgeworth did at the very least. The Phoenix can literally see if someone's lying or not, through spiritual means. Now Francisca's just going to hear this lady, I'm going to talk to her randomly, question her, and she's going to randomly blurt. And she's going to be like, what happened? What happened? Well, Elise Dukes Nim, I think we are presenting onto you. But what are we looking at here? We gained ourselves some information after all. The crystal sphere might be useful. And then we've got this that has been done twice. Glad I took a picture, eh? Well, let's give it a shot.
Take that!
5 Psychelocks. Do I even have enough to break that? Well, we can follow the chain as much as we can and then search for more evidence that we need to. But the game was very much saying go into here, don't go anywhere else. Which hints that we must have everything. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Deus Nim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. Well, that was dumb. Why didn't I not bring that link right now? What on earth are you talking about? She was... That moment when I'm going in my head. Oh yeah. That talisman. That means a lot more than just a talisman.
What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author. Of picture books.
To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her.
Suspicions?
Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Moose Dukes Nim's true identity as the master of the crane channeling technique.
Take that!
Miss Dukes Nim had this charm with her at all times.
Yeah! Where did you...
This isn't some cheap good luck charm either.
Then... What do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean?
It's a talisman, is it? Interesting.
Oops.
Well, it was a talisman. Like, you knew it, but I guess it's the fact that she knew it too. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Degsnim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Degsnim's true identity. Now what we're looking at here is a symbol, isn't it? The symbol shown on the top of that, which says that this madame is actually a mother of someone nearby. The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment, but this scroll shows the master of the crane channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honourable title, the very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. Nah! This crest is reserved for the master of Karain. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about. The new master, Mayor Fay, told me. What? You mean that Acolyte is Misty Fay's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fay's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Well, that shattered all that. 5 there is fakes, I guess? But we now have got really to the bottom of this. But there's also a sad realization to go along with that fact. We found Maya's long-estranged mother. In fact, Maya probably had one last meal from a long-estranged mother. But on the night that they reunite, without knowing who she is, she passed on. Murdered. When Maya finds out, Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one has seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Karain talisman is the symbol of the Master of Karain. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So Elise Degsnim was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Fay, the master of the Karain channeling technique. The truth comes out at last. Looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister. After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... No. What's happening? It can't be. Earthquake! Ah! Oh my goodness! The inner temple, the kind of tremor might... The inner temple? Sacred cavern in the training hall, it might very well cave in! What? Maya! It seems to have passed. Oh, we can't just stand here and do nothing, let's go! What? Where? To the inner temple, of course, where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. Good friends are good friends. But with that, I can't miss the opportunity for a cliffhanger episode, can we? With an earthquake going on, has the cabin collapsed? How is Miles Edgeworth? And how do we deliver the news if Maya is alive about her mother, Misty Fay? All this and more will continue on with Trials and Tribulations. I'll see ya. Bye-bye.